Denver, fourth in the West. Some terrible news. Jamal Murray tore his ACL. The team just tweeting this out. He will be out indefinitely. Stephen A., I'll start with you. Kendrick Perkins back here with us. What does this mean for Denver?
Well, I got to tell you, first thing, I was watching the game last night, start to finish, because I was watching that show Steph Curry was putting on. And I'm such a fan of Jamal Murray. I mean, he's such an unsung hero in the game of basketball. This brother shows up and shows out, averaged 26.5 points a game in the postseason last year, shoot 40% from three-point range this year. The brother's a marksman. He can flat out ball, and my heart goes out to him. I'm just hoping and praying that he gets better, because the game of basketball is better when he's on the court. Having said all of that, my initial reaction is that it's over. Denver's chances of getting to the finals are ruined. But I will tell you this, upon further inspection, just thinking about it a little bit, Jamal Murray averages 16.5 shots a game. Guess who that means more shots for? Jamal Murray being out means more shots for Will Barton, means more shots for Michael Porter. And I believe in both of those brothers. I believe in both of them. And when you combine that with the pickup of Aaron Gordon and the fact that you can choose, because remember, there's only one basketball. And you look at Aaron Gordon, and he just wanted to get out of a losing situation in Orlando. He's been happier than a pig in mud since he's got to Denver, okay? And he's just been playing a role and defending and rebounding and helping out the Joker as much as he possibly can. But when you think about Jamal Murray being out, and it's a devastating loss, and their chances certainly don't improve without him, but do they have the talent to make up for his absence? Potentially. Yeah, because we've seen Michael Porter ascending, and we know what Barton can do. I wouldn't just rule out Denver. Again, it's a daunting task not to have your man from the perimeter. We know that Joker's the man, period, and then Jamal is number two. But I like Barton. I like Porter. And I like Aaron Gordon on this team. And I wouldn't just dismiss them. That much I will say.
Stephen A., my brother, are you okay this morning?
Yeah.
You all right?
I'm good.
Because I've been seeing you and hearing you talk about people that need to be drug tested immediately. You might need to go take one yourself right now, all right? Because
I'm not gonna complain about you for saying that. I'm not gonna complain about you for saying that. If I gotta go get drug tested, I gotta go get drug tested, all right? I know it's all right.
First of all, I want to say, I was watching Steph Curry in the game last night, and he was putting on his show and doing his thing. And when Jamal Murray went down, I said, you know what? I didn't want to say anything, but I said, that's not good. He tore his ACL, because I've been through it. Yeah. And I saw the way that he grabbed his knee, and I saw how he couldn't put no pressure on it. I knew he had tore his ACL just from my experience alone in 2010. Right. But I'm going to say this. The Denver Nuggets now are first-round exit, okay? I am not putting any stock whatsoever into Will Barton or Michael Porter Jr. Michael Porter Jr. has great talent. He has great potential, but he still plays the game with a below-average IQ. I mean, watching him play the game of basketball is just very disturbing to me. His shot selection, I mean, in transition, pull-up threes, and just, being a defensive liability is just not good to watch. And Will Barton, I haven't seen him in 2 years. I mean, I haven't seen him step up to the plate in 2 years. And I know you got the big fella, Big Jokic down low, who possibly could win the MVP this year, MVP candidate, the Larry Bird of this era, like the great Greg Popovich said. But they are a first-round exit, especially in the Western Conference, without Jamal Murray. And to Mac's point, man, I know he's going to love this. You cannot get up out of the West, or you cannot win a series without having that dynamic guard at that position to go get you buckets when it matters the most. And we saw last year, when it mattered the most, when Jamal Murray was going head to head with Donovan Mitchell and they was going back and forth, and he ended up winning that battle to help them pull away from the Utah Jazz and win that series in 7 games. It was because of Jamal Murray. Jokic handled it and did his part against Rudy Gobert and took him to the school, put him over his lap, and gave him a good spanking in that series. But they need Jamal Murray. Without Jamal Murray, they are a first-round exit, okay?
Well,
Let's make it very clear.
I didn't have them going to the finals anyway, and I'm not going that far. I just don't think they'll be an easy out, particularly in the first round, no matter who they're going against. I don't think they'll be an easy out. That's number one. Number two, in terms of Barton, he is averaging nearly 13 points a game, 43% shooting, 38% from three-point range, and only 10 shots a game. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. I'm looking at it from Porter's perspective, and I'm saying you're going to have to bring your game to go up against them because the Joker is a problem, and him with Aaron Gordon is a problem. I agree with you. I don't have them going to the finals, but I certainly don't look at them as an easy out in the first round, particularly if you're hovering around that 4th or 5th seed, because who knows who you'll be going against at that particular moment in time. Now, again, if you're going against the Lakers and you got a healthy, Anthony Davis and LeBron James that come back later in the season, and they don't mind being a 4th seed, you're right, they're going home in the first round. But everybody else, I don't know.
Stephen A., I mean, just think about it. The top 4 teams in the Western Conference right now are the Utah
Phoenix,
Jazz,
Clippers, Lakers.
Phoenix, Clippers, and then the Lakers will probably leap jump the Denver Nuggets, all right? So the Nuggets at the worst, in my opinion, will fall to number 6 when it's all said and done. So they'll be probably playing the Phoenix Suns or the Los Angeles Clippers. And I just don't see them even standing a chance without Jamal Murray in the playoff series.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.